Alright, so I just started porting the head. As you can see where they took it out to 2 1/4, the big lip, I mean it's massive how much metal needs to come out. And then you can see I'm nowhere near done, but it's coming along. And I'll give you guys a better video on this when I do the last one. But you want to make sure you deburr this at the bottom of the guide. Give it a little bit of an angle. Leave a little thickness there. You start running too big of a cam, you might start twisting on it. I can't say for sure. I've never run a Caddy motor. But you start twisting on the valve stem and you don't have a whole lot of the guide left, it can break the head. Now, there's a whole lot of metal still needs to come out of this. You guys probably can't see it, but like all this needs to come out through the short turn and up around the hook. And then I found something I wasn't totally ready for, but you see this, you can see how it's right at the tip of my finger where it's real bright looking, with the lights hitting it. It's a bump. Pretty sure it's a water jacket back there. I took it out and it feels real nice. Just needs to be done with the roll now right there, but I don't know, it had me worried at first. I was hoping I wasn't going to strike water, and I didn't. I was kind of fairly certain it was thick enough, but not having a sonic checker sucks when you're doing stuff like this that you've never done. Alright, between that and I'm going to end up raising the ports a bit, probably roughly 3/16 of an inch, nothing too massive, and I'm probably going to raise the floors with epoxy to push them up for a better line of sight, which you get from let me think about how I need to say this. It's not the size of the port opening that needs to change, it's the location. Now if I could put it up here it would work much better, because it would come down and have a better line of sight with the valve, but instead it goes like this and swoops around to it. So I want to get rid of some of the swoop and make it straighter. So the better line of sight, I'm not trying to change the size totally, just clean it up, get a little bit of the sides and the roof, and then I'm going to fill the floor in just at the opening and smooth it out to raise it. So the size of the intake port isn't changing. And the exhaust side, I started messing with it a little bit, but it for the most part, the exhaust is coming out no matter what. It's got a bunch of force on it, but I did start taking that lip out, because just like the other ones, if you get in here, man, you can feel a massive lip, just how much metal is behind from when they opened it up for the 177 exhaust valves. I'll get into this more as I go. I just closed on my house last Friday, so I moved in, and this is pretty much the first thing I've been able to do. So we'll get this stuff rolling. And oh, another thing about porting my blocks still at the machine shop. I should have the pistons and rods I want here in the next month, and then I'm gonna have to bring these out to the block at the machine shop. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them on the block, and I'm gonna take a black magic marker, what have you, and all I'm gonna do is go right around the bore on this side. And then once I know where the bore is out here, I take my die grinder and I angle cut this down to the seat. Not that far, mind you. It'll probably be from roughly here to here. And you angle that, and it helps it, because what happens is this acts like a big wall. And as the valve's opening, it's not getting any flow from this section at all, because there's just it's a wall in the way. So the more of that wall I can get rid of, it lets it flow out. This is why Hemis work so good, because the intake port's dead over them and they don't have a wall. They're just kind of off to the side. The combustion chamber is round, so it's not pushed up on the valve. When I looked at the last one I looked at anyways, I'm not an expert with Hemis. I've never really messed with one, I've just seen them. But that's why they flow so good, and I'm going to try to kill that out of there the best I can. And then we're going to have to CC the heads. Right now it's looking like if I don't change anything on the heads, they're about a 72 cc at the moment. So I'm hoping once I cut this out, it'll knock it down a bit. And then with the pistons, I'm running with the negative 7cc dish, the 7-inch rods and everything else. Hopefully I'll be at 10 1/4 to 1 rather than 11 to 1. And that way I'm not going to feel too bad about putting turbos on it for a bit until I can get the blower set up.